Vanaspatayah Shanti Vishwe Deva Shanti Brahma Shanti Sarvagum Shanti Shanti Reva Shanti Sama Shanti Re Om Shanti Shanti Om.
Shri Nisargadatta Maharaj. It's chapter 80, and the subject is awareness. Questioner: does it take time to realize the self? Or time cannot help to realize? Is self-realization a matter of time only? Or does it depend on factors other than time? Maharaj: all waiting is futile. To depend on time to solve our problems is self-delusion. The future, left to itself, merely repeats the past. Change can only happen now, never in the future. Questioner: what brings about change? Maharaj: with crystal clarity, see the need of change. That is all. Questioner: does self-realization happen in matter or beyond? Is it not an experience depending on the body and the mind for its occurrence? Maharaj: all experience is illusionary, limited and temporal. Expect nothing from experience. Realization by itself is not an experience, though it may lead to new dimensions of experiences. Yet new experiences, however interesting, are no more real than the old. Definitely, realization is not a new experience. It is the discovery of the timeless factor in every experience. It is awareness which makes experience possible. Just like all of the colors, light is the colorless factor. So in every experience, awareness is present, yet it is not an experience. Questioner: If awareness is not an experience, how can it be realized? Maharaj, awareness is ever there. It need not be realized. Open the shutter of the mind, and it will be flooded with light. Questioner, what is matter? Maharaj, what you do not understand is matter. Questioner, science understands matter. Maharaj, science merely pushes back the frontiers of our ignorance. Questioner, and what is nature? Maharaj, the totality of conscious experience is nature. As conscious self, you are a part of nature. As awareness, you are beyond. Seeing nature as mere consciousness is awareness. Questioner, are there levels of awareness? Maharaj, there are levels in consciousness, but not in awareness. It is one block, homogeneous. Its reflection in the mind is love and understanding. There are levels of clarity in understanding and intensity in love, but not in their source. The source is simple and single, but its gifts are infinite. Only do not take the gifts for the source. Realize yourself as the source and not as the river. That is all. Questioner, am I the river too? Maharaj, of course, you are. And I am. You are the river, flowing between the banks of the body. But you are also the source and the ocean and the clouds in the sky. Wherever there is life and consciousness, you are. Smaller than the smallest, bigger than the biggest, you are, while all else appears. Questioner, the sense of being and the sense of living, are they one and the same or different? Maharaj, the identity in space creates one. The continuity in time creates the other. Questioner, you said once the seer, seen, and the seen are one single thing, not three. To me, the three are separate. I do not doubt your words, only I do not understand. Maharaj, look closely and you will see the seer and the seen appear only when there is seeing. They are attributes of seeing. When you say, I am seeing this, and I am seeing this, comes with seeing, not before. You cannot have an unseen this, nor an unseeing I am. Question, can I say I do not see? Maharaj, the I am seeing this has become I am seeing my not seer, or I am seeing darkness. The seeing remains. In the triplicity, the known, knowing, and knower, only the knowing is a fact. The I am and this are doubtful. Who knows? What is known? There is no certainty, except that there is knowing. Questioner, why am I sure of knowing but not of the knower? Maharaj, knowing is a reflection of your true nature, along with being and loving. The knower and the known are added by the mind. It is in the nature of the mind to create a subject-object duality, when there is none. Questioner, what is the cause of desire and fear? Maharaj, obviously the memory of past pains and pleasures. There is no great mystery about it. Conflict arises only when desire and fear refer to the same object. Questioner, how to put an end of memory? Maharaj, it is neither necessary nor possible. Realize that all happens in consciousness, and you are the root, the source, the foundation of consciousness. The world is but a succession of experiences, and you are what makes them conscious, and yet remain beyond all experience. It is like the heat, the flame, and the burning wood. The heat remains, the heat maintains the flame consumes the wood. Without heat, there would be neither flame nor fuel. Similarly, without awareness, there would be no consciousness nor life, which transforms matter into a vehicle of consciousness. Questioner, you maintain that without me, there would be no world, and that the world and my knowledge of the world are identical. Science has come to quite a different conclusion. The world exists as something concrete and continuous, while I am a byproduct of biological evolution of the nervous system, which is primarily not much of a seat of consciousness, as a mechanism of survival as an individual and species. Yours is altogether a subjective view, while science tries to describe everything in objective terms. Is this contradiction inevitable? Maharaj, the confusion is apparent and purely verbal. That is. It is neither subject nor object. Matter and mind are not separate. They are aspects of one energy. Look at the mind as a function of matter, and you have science. Look at matter as a product of the mind, and you have religion. Question, but what is true? What comes first, mind or matter? Maharaj, neither comes first, for neither appears alone. Matter is the shape, the mind is the name. Together they make the world. Pervading and transcending is reality, pure being, awareness, bliss, your very essence. Questioner, all I know is the stream of consciousness, an endless succession of events. The river of time flows, bringing and carrying away relentlessly. Transformations of the future into the past is going on all the time. Maharaj, are you not the victim of your language? You speak about the flow of time as if it were stationary. But the events you have witnessed yesterday, somebody else may see tomorrow. It is you who are in movement and not time. Stop moving and time will cease. Questioner, what does it mean? Time will cease? Maharaj, past and future will merge in the eternal now. Questioner, but what does it mean in actual experience? How do you know that for you time has ceased? Maharaj, it may mean that past and future do not matter anymore. It may mean that all that happened and will happen becomes an open book to read at will. Questioner, can I imagine a sort of cosmic memory accessible with some training? But how can the future be known? The unexpected is inevitable. Maharaj, What is unexpected on one level may be certain to happen when seen from a higher level. After all, we are all within the limits of the mind. In reality, nothing happens. There is no past, no future. All appears and nothing is. Question: what does it mean, nothing is? Do you turn blank, or do you go to sleep? Or do you dissolve the world and keep us all in abeyance until we are brought back to life at the flicker of your thought? Maharaj, oh no, it's not that bad. The world of mind and matter, of names and shapes, continues, but it doesn't matter to me at all. It's like having a shadow. It is there. Follow me wherever I go, but do not hinder me in any way. It remains a world of experiences, but not of names and forms related to me by desires and fears. The experiences are qualifyless, pure experiences, if I may say so. I call them experiences for lack of a better word. They are like the waves on the surface of the ocean, the ever-present, but not affecting its peaceful power. Questioner: you mean to say an experience can be nameless, formless, undefined? Maharaj, in the beginning, all experience is such. It is only desire, fear, born of memory, that give it name and form and separate it from other experiences. Is it not a conscious experience? For is it not in opposition to other experiences? Yet it is an experience all the same. Questioner: it is not conscious. Why talk about it? Excuse me, if it is not conscious, why talk about it? Maharaj, most of your experiences are unconscious. The conscious ones are very few. The other way around. The conscious becomes one with the unconscious. The distinction ceases, whichever way you look at it. Questioner: I'm puzzled. How can one be aware and yet unconscious? Maharaj, awareness is not limited to consciousness. It is of all that is. Consciousness is of duality. There is no duality in awareness. It is one single block of pure consciousness. In the same way, one can talk of pure being and pure creation. Nameless, formless, silent, yet absolutely real, powerful, effective. Their being indescribable does not affect them in the least. While they are unconscious, they are essential. The conscious cannot change fundamentally. It can only modify. Anything to change must pass through death, through obscuration and dissolution. Gold jewelry must be melted down before it is cast into another shape. What refuses to die cannot be reborn. Questioner: bearing the depth of the body, how does one die? Maharaj, withdrawal, aloofness, letting go is death. To live fully, death is essential. Every ending makes a new beginning. On the other hand, do understand that only death can die, not the living. That which is alive in you is immortal. Questioner: from where does desire draw its energy? Maharaj, its name and shape it draws from memory. The energy flows from the source. Questioner: Some desires are altogether wrong. How can wrong desires flow from a sublime source? Maharaj, the source is neither right nor wrong, nor is desire by itself right or wrong. It is nothing but striving for happiness. Having identified yourself with a speck of the body, you feel lost and search desperately for the sense of fullness and completeness. You call it happiness. Questioner, when did I lose it? I never had it. Maharaj, you had it before you woke up this morning. Go beyond your consciousness and you will find it. Questioner, how am I to go beyond? Maharaj, you know it already. Do it. Questioner, that's what you say. I know nothing about it. Maharaj, yet I repeat, you know it, do it. Go beyond, back to normal, natural, supreme state. Questioner, I'm puzzled. Maharaj, a speck in the eye makes you think that you are blind. Wash it out and look. Questioner, I do look. I only see darkness. Maharaj, remove the speck and your eyes will be flooded with light. The light is there, waiting. The eyes are there, ready. The darkness you see is but the shadow of the tiny speck. Get rid of it and come back to your natural state. End of chapter, Guruji.
The individual I am is the abode of the universal I am and the absolute I am. Although the individual I am is not the end, yet this individual I am is the door of both I ams, of both the universal I am and the absolute I am. This fact is to be realized as eternally existing in one's own self, that is to say, as the center of the individual I am. Etargyeyam Nityameva Atmasamstam, as the center of the self. Indeed, there is nothing to be known beyond this. As a result of meditation, the enjoyer, the enjoyed, and the power which brings about the enjoyment, all are declared to be the three aspects of Brahman, that is to say, of absolute awareness, absolute I am. The state attained by the knower of Brahman as the result of meditation on I am beyond the body and mind is natural to one, and it exists in oneself, that is to say, within the I am, even before realization. Only one is not aware, not conscious of it, on account of one's limitations. So meditation should be on the eternal truth as the absolute I am, existing in one's own self, and should not be on anything which is separate from it. Nataha param veditavyam hikinchit. This line refers to the fact that when consciousness of unity is reached, knowledge cannot proceed further, as all science attempts only to find out the unity behind diversity. 13. Next one. Yes. Vahaner yatha Yonigatasya murtir Nadrishyate Naiva chalinganashaha Sabhuya evendhanayo nigriya Sabhuya evendhanayo nigriya Tadvo bhayam Vai pranavena dehe Vai pranavena dehe Vahner yathayo nigatasya murtir Vahner yathayo nigatasya murtir Nadrishyate naiva chalinganashaha Nadrishyate naiva chalinganashaha Sabhuya evendhanayo nigriyat Sabhuya evendhanayo nigriyat Tadvo bhayam vai pranavena dehe Tadvo bhayam vai pranavena dehe All together. Vahner yathayo nigatasya
murtir nadrishyate naiva chalinganasha saruyate vedayonigriyas tadro bhayam bhayam pranavena dene.
Again.
Vahayatanyonigatasya murtir nadrishyate naiva chalinganasha saruyate vedayonigriyas tadro bhayam bhayam pranavena dene.
The element of fire is
Can you get a translation, please?
Huh?
Word for word.
What am I going to say? Okay. Vane of the fire, yatha as. Yo gatasya, when it is gone into its source, either gone back into its source or when it resides in its source, as the form of fire, not manifest but hidden in its source, nadrishyate, cannot be seen. Naeva jalinganasha, at the same time, there is no absence of its subtle form. There is no destruction of its subtle form. Sa bhuya eva indhanayoni grihya. Again, it can be perceived when the proper contact of the source with the
Right.
fuel is recreated
Right.
and created. Tadva ubhayam vai pranavena dehe. When the proper contact is established, fire appears and reappears. Tadva ubhayam, these two conditions are the same in this body, which means the psychic body also, through the pranava, the Om sound, meditation on Om or Nadam. It is explained further. Translation first. The element of fire is omnipresent. That is to say, it is present in every manifestation of nature. For example, fire is not perceived in its source, the fire stick, although it is there, until by friction the fire is manifest. The subtle essence of the fire, nevertheless, is not absent in the stick, because fire can be obtained again from the source, the fire stick, by friction or striking. In the same way, the state of Atman, that is to say, the universal I am and the absolute I am, before and after realization, is like that of fire before and after friction. By meditating on the pranava, the eternal heavenly music and heavenly vibration, the Atman is realized as the center of the individual I am. But it was there in a latent form even before realization. This mantra introduces a convincing illustration to the seeker of eternal existence in himself, that is, within his individual I am. An illustration of the glory of Atman, that is to say, of the universal I am and the absolute I am, which the seeker subsequently realizes as the result of meditation. The act of friction which brings out the latent fire stands for spiritual practices which reveal the Atman within. Here, spiritual practice is identified with meditation on pranava, on the sound symbol of Om, that is to say, heavenly music, heavenly vibration, because it is the name of the universal I Am, and especially also of the absolute I Am. Here, the means are the end, and vice versa, the end is the means. Being the meditating on the Om is the means, and Om is the end.
Other way.
Together.
By
Run. Okay. Swadeham Maranim Kritva Swadeham Maranim Kritva Pranavam Jotaranim Pranavam Jotaranim Dhyana Nirmatanabhyasad Dhyana Nirmatanabhyasad Devam Pashyen Nigudhavat Devam Pashyen Nigudhavat Swadeham Varanim Kritva Pranamam Jotaranim Dhyana Nirmatanabhyasad Devam Pashyen Nigudhavat. Together again. Swadeham Varanim Kritva Pranamam Jotaranim Dhyana Nirmatanabhyasad Devam Pashyen Nigudhavat.
Hey, really.
Swadeham, one's body, this is object here. Aranim Kritva, having made one's body in one of the two fire sticks. The original classical method of creating fire would be two sticks of a certain type of wood, and you keep making friction till spark comes and you have something ready that makes fire. For all Homa and Yajna, this would be done that way. So there is a lower stick and the upper stick. So having made one's body the lower stick, called Arani, and the Pranava, the Om, the listening to and meditation on Nadam, sound current, Uttara Aranim, Uttara Aranim, having made that the upper fire stick, as it were.
Hey.
Dhyana Nirmatana Abhyasad. And by practice of Nirmatan churning, or
Upper,
meditation,
upper,
upper
and
and
lower.
lower. That is the lower now, represented by the box, and the upper is still the upper. Same thing, actually. There is making friction through the practice of meditation, practicing the friction of meditation between the body and the sound current. Devam Pashyet, one should realize that Supreme God, Nigudhavat, as one discovers something hidden, something that was there but was hidden, then you see it. As the element of fire is obtained by creating friction with two sticks of firewood, in the same way, making one's own body the lower piece of wood and the pranava the upper piece of wood, and practicing churning in the form of meditation, one should realize the universal I Am and the absolute I Am. Without the flame of attention, you cannot perform any deed, whether physical, mental, or spiritual. Absence of attention is the sure sign of failure in any walk of life. And vice versa, presence of attention is the master key of success in any walk of life. Yes. Oh, you can't wait the 2 more? George, this is the end of the whole first... The end of the whole first chapter, and you said...
There's always another flame, George.
You said as long as before 10, it'll be over before 10. It can be over before 10 according to
There are lots of flames.
Swadeham Arayim
Dhyana nirmatana vyasan devam bhajyemi gurudhava.
Apasrota Svarani Shujagni.
Apasrota Svarani Shujagni.
Evam Atmatmani Grihiyate Sau.
Evam Atmatmani Grihiyate Sau.
Satyenainam tapasayo nupashyati.
Satyenainam tapasayo nupashyati. Tileshu tailam daniva sarvir. Apasrotam svarani shujagni. Evam atmatmani grihiyate sau. Satyenainam tapasayo nupashyati.
It can be dadhaniva or dadhiniva, both are.
Anything.
Option. Tileshu. No, it's taking time. As oil in the sesame seeds, as butter in cream, as water in the glaciers and ice, or also the streams underground, in a way, and as fire in the friction sticks, in the fire sticks, so is the self realized, seized, that is to say, perceived, in one's own soul. If one looks for it with truthfulness, satyena, and austerity. In the process of ascending, the individual I am is the mother of the universal I am.
Mom here to here.
If you go from here to your ascending,
And the
individual I am
mother's out, hardly.
becomes the mother, gives rise to the universal and absolute I am. The individual I am is the mother of the universal I am and the absolute I am. And vice versa, in the process of descending, the absolute I am is the mother of the universal I am, as well as of the individual I am. These two go together, really.
Sarvabhaminadaatmanam.
Sarvavyavinamaatmanam.
Shri Sarvinadaatmidam.
Sarvirivaharpitam.
Atmavidya tapomulam. Tad Brahmopanishad param. Tad
Brahmopanishad param.
Atmanbhuvalidatmadam.
Tad Brahmopanishad param. Sarvavyavinamaatmanam. Shri Sarvirivaharpitam. Atmavidya-tapomulam. Tad Brahmopanishad param. Tad Brahmopanishad param.
The self is omnipresent, omniscient, and omnipotent. And it is hidden in the center of the individual I am. As ghee or butter are always hidden in the milk and are obtained through churning the milk, in the same way the universal I am or the absolute I am are hidden in the center of the individual I am. By means of Atma-vidya and Tapa, self-knowledge and austerity or discipline, you can obtain the absolute I am, which is the essence of all holy books, including Vedas and Upanishad. Okay. In these two mantras, there are 4 similes. The first simile says that Atman is present everywhere, just as oil pervades the whole of the sesame seed. The second simile indicates that the impersonal Brahman or Atman, though all-pervading, assumes the form of personal God under the influence of bhakti, devotion, selfless karma, and discipline. Like butter, which is contained in the milk, is obtained by churning. The third simile conveys that the manifestation of the bliss of awareness of Brahman, that is to say, of the absolute I am, relieves us of all suffering, even as a man digging for water is relieved of his trouble when the water is reached. The process of meditation is like digging and drilling a water well. The fourth simile is that of fire. Fire is omnipresent and pervades all manifestations of nature, although it is not seen. When the proper source is churned, that is to say, the fire sticks are rubbed against one another, then the hidden fire is obtained, as in striking a matchstick. Likewise, the absolute I am, or awareness of Brahman, is hidden in the entire manifested universe. When the proper source is churned by meditation and self-discipline, that is to say, when you meditate on I am beyond the body and mind, then you will realize Brahman as your own self.
Hallelujah.
Sarvavyavinamaatmanam. Shri Sarvirivaharpitam. Atmavidya-tapomulam. Tad Brahmopanishad param. Tad Brahmopanishad param.
Amen. Amen.
3 minutes.
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.